Hello everyone, my name is Griffin and we are back with another reaction video. We are reacting to Isaac Butterfield's video that is called YouTube Bans Fitness Content Dangerous in parentheses. I think in some ways this is a good idea because, well, I'm not really sure why because I just think it's a good idea. There's a lot of abuse with it going around where some people would intentionally give misinformation for fitness sort of stuff, give them a wrong way of doing shit. And then there are those who go to the gym and purposely just try and record themselves to try and get somebody in trouble. So, but let's see what this is about.
Children are in danger, and it's all because of the decision of an all-powerful force. Oftentimes throughout history, our governments and giant corporations that control our countries make decisions that they believe are in the best interests of the public. And many of these decisions that they have made in the past, we found out many years later that they were in fact terrible decisions, harmful decisions. And let's be honest, they probably never did actually have our best interests in mind. But you may see over the next few years a lot of giant organisations, and we've seen this with organisations like Disney, they start to make decisions that actually affect their bottom line.
Let's see these signs. I can't read some of them. Yeah, I can't read some of these signs because they're just fucked up.
Make less money, hurt them financially, and they do this because they are scared. Because they're bringing in...
The Walt Disney Company is committed to...
Hurt them financially, and they do this because they are...
Our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. I've said this before, I will constantly keep saying it. Not everything, be it... Well, just not everything in existence needs diversity and inclusivity. Trying to force diversity and inclusivity on everything is just not a good idea, and it can cause backlash. The Walt Disney Company is committed to developing and retaining a diverse workforce, fostering a company culture that is welcoming and respectful, creating content and experiences that resonate with our global audiences, and collaborating with community organizations to make our industries more accessible to all. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to jobs and stuff, don't hire people of different races, creed, religion, or what, just to fill a quota or just to appease to the people who want diversity and inclusivity. Don't do that just because of that. Hire people that are best for the job, regardless of their race, creed, or religion. It does not matter, because the color of somebody's skin or the god they worship or whatever background they're from does not mean jack shit when it comes to the job. Hire people or get somebody to do the job that can do the job the best. That's how the shit should go. But yet you have a lot of companies trying to hire people just to fill a diversity and inclusivity quota. And then things start to go to shit.
Scared because they're bringing in new employees through that have...
People, we are focused on developing, engaging, and retaining a diverse workforce and leadership team, because the more our workforce reflects the diversity of our consumers worldwide, the better and more authentically we are able to serve those customers. That is stupid. That is very dumb. Look, if the people who are best for the job are of different backgrounds, then, you know, that's great. But if the people who are the best fit for the job are a majority of one type, that's still fine because they are the ones who are best fit for the job. Like I said, just hiring people to fill a diversity and inclusivity quota, is one of the dumbest decisions you can make for a company, because you're hiring people just to fill a quota, and those people might not be the best fit for the job, and they can drag your company down.
Been trained in a certain way, indoctrinated into a way of thinking, and that way of thinking doesn't translate to the real world. It makes sense in universities, but it makes no sense in the business world. Now, when these people find themselves in places of power, be that in a giant organization or a government, we all suffer. They bring harmful ideas, even though they think they might be doing something nice. And that's what I think this is.
There's a saying that I don't know if a lot of people know, but I don't know if I'm quoting it word for word, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Just because you have good intentions does not mean what you're doing is the best. You can have all the good intentions you want, but it's all going to lead to hell if all your intentions are doing, if the actions you're doing fuck something up so horribly, regardless of your fucking intentions. So, like the saying goes, all roads to hell are paved. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. So,
right here. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, I am on tour right now throughout Australia. Grab your tickets right now. It's going to be absolutely massive and fantastic. Yes, I'll see you at the show. YouTube to restrict teenagers' exposure to videos about weight and fitness.
platform will ensure algorithms do not keep pushing similar content to young viewers, even though it does not breach guidelines. I can kind of see why they're doing this. Because a lot of the fitness people out there are basically just a mouthpiece for a lot of these drug companies who are trying to get out these sort of, fitness pills or powders or whatever or whatnot that's actually not really good for you and basically does shit. It doesn't really do anything. The thing is, you want to lose weight, there's an easy way to do it, but at the same time, it's a long and arduous journey to do so. If you eat less than the amount of energy you put out, you are going to lose weight. That is called a calorie deficit. Despite what people may say, it has been a proven thing that happens. If you eat more than the energy you put out on a daily basis, you are going to over time gain weight. If you eat less than the amount of energy you put out, then you're going to lose weight. This is a proven thing. People keep saying, "Oh, this calorie thing doesn't do shit. You don't lose weight that way." Yes, you fucking do. So that's easy and simple thing. Just try not to eat as much. Just try and find out how much energy you're putting out on a daily basis and eat less than the amount of energy you're putting out. It's going to be a slow process, but you're over time going to lose weight.
Interesting. In a world where everyone seems to turn to YouTube, to Google, to TikTok, to Instagram to find out how to do new things or learn a new skill, it seems a bit insane that they would restrict content that is, well, healthy. Particularly in a world where 1/5 of every child.
What is the prevalence of childhood overweight and obesity? In NSW, in 2018, more than 1 in 5 children, 24%, aged 5 to 16 years were overweight or obese, of whom 75% were overweight and 25% were obese. This means about 270,000 NSW children are above a healthy weight. Now, kids of that age, it's not really through any fault of their own that they're becoming overweight or obese, because during those ages, it is pretty much entirely on the parents because they're the ones that are buying the food and feeding their children. So, in the early stages of life, it is on the parents to make sure that their kids are eating healthy and not becoming overweight and obese. Once you turn 18 and you are an adult, after that, it is entirely on you. It is nobody's fault but your own that you gain weight. So, these kids 5 to 16, it's not really their fault because their parents are the ones that are paying for their food and feeding them. So I'd say parents need to start taking responsibility for their kids and making sure that they are of a healthy weight and they are eating healthy.
Is obese, not just overweight, but obese. That's 15 million kids.
Obesity in children and teens. This is last year. For this month. The problem of childhood obesity in the United States has grown considerably in recent years. Approximately 14.7 million, or 19.7% of children and adolescents are obese, mostly through no fault of their own. Obesity is a complex medical condition and is difficult to treat. It's not really that difficult to treat. Overweight children are much more likely to become overweight adults, and obesity can lead to diabetes, heart disease, and other health challenges. Obesity and overweight, just becoming fat, leads to pretty much almost all health problems. If people were smart enough for what they eat, the amount they eat, the physical fitness they can put themselves through, a lot of these health problems they wouldn't even get because they would be in a healthy condition. Given these challenges, and for it saying that it's difficult to treat, it's really not. Just be active and portion out what you eat. It's not that difficult to treat. Now, is it a hard road to travel to lose weight? Yes, it is. It's not easy. It takes time, and people need patience. And not everyone nowadays has patience. They want, results really quick. They want it really fast. When you don't realize that losing weight takes months, if not years, to do, depending on, how hard you go at it. So, and what works for one person will not always work for another. So you got to find out what sort of physical activity, workouts, and other stuff works best for you. And I would say starting out, don't go fucking hog wild. Ease into it, find out where your line is, and over time, slowly push yourself past that line a little bit each time. And then you'll start to grow more, and you'll start to be able to do more than you did the day before, or the week before, or the month before. You'll find yourself constantly pushing on. Given these challenges, everyone, including doctors and families, want to find ways to better help children and adolescents who live with obesity. You want to help them? Teach their fucking parents to stop overfeeding their fucking children. What is obesity? Obesity is currently defined by someone's height and weight. If a child's body mass index, BMI, a number calculated from height and weight, don't always trust the BMI. BMI is not 100% accurate. It's just don't trust the BMI. Is more than 95th percentile for their age, then that is defined as obesity. Obesity most commonly begins between ages 5 and 6 or during adolescence. Studies have shown that a child who is obese between the ages of 10 and 13 has an 80% chance of becoming an obese adult. So, parents out there, be careful of what you're feeding your child and how much you are feeding your child. If you see signs of them starting to become overweight and obese, dial back on what you're fucking feeding them and get them to start being more physically active. What causes obesity? The causes of obesity are complex and including genetic, biological, behavioral, and cultural factors. Obesity occurs when a person eats more calories than the body burns. Exactly. So if you eat more than the amount of energy you're putting out on a daily basis, you are going to, over time, gain weight, whether you like it or not. If one parent is obese, there is a 50% chance that his or her child will also be obese. However, when both parents are obese, their children have an 80% chance of being obese. Although certain medical disorders can cause obesity, that is true. There are some medical causes for obesity that some people cannot help, which is understandable. There are things people can do to sort of stay that off, or they can eventually overcome it and lose weight. There are paraplegics who have no legs and yet they are still fit. So a lot of people really have no excuse. But there are some who have medical conditions who cannot help it. So it is understandable. However, I'm already can cause obesity. Less than 1% of all obesity is caused by physical problems. Obesity in children and adolescents can be related to eating habits, lack of physical activity or exercise, i.e. couch potato kids or iPad kids. Genetics or family history of obesity, not enough sleep, living conditions like not having healthy food options, not having a place to play actively, and medical illnesses. I can't really read that because the numbers are in the way.
In America, 15 million. They are obese now.
So, all right, here. I saw a video of this girl. She looked like she was maybe somewhere between 8 and 10 years old. Look at this kid here in this photo of the video. Blow him up about 3 times bigger, 3 to 4 times bigger, and that's how big the girl was. It took her, I swear, like 2 to 5 minutes just to get up 3 to 4 steps on a playground to go to the slide. If you are a parent and you let your child get anywhere near even this or that, you no longer deserve to have that child. You have lost every right to be a fucking parent, and you should be arrested for child abuse. Even getting your kid to this point, I think, should be considered child abuse.
Now, and they will probably stay obese for the rest of their lives, and then they will unfortunately teach their children how to eat like them. And
here's another thing. Eating this kind of stuff is fine. Occasionally. Not on a daily fucking basis. I mean, every now and then for like certain occasions, maybe you can get something like this or order a pizza, get McDonald's, as a reward or as for a special day. But letting them eat stuff like this multiple times a week or maybe once or twice a day, yeah, your kid's going to blow up to be the size of the fucking Michelin Man.
Those kids will be fat fucks and so on and so forth. They have grown up overeating and under-exercising, eating too many refined carbs, too much sugar, too many calories. And no one has been able to intervene. No one has given them the knowledge that they can use to make themselves healthy. But here's a question. Where's the parents in all of this? Well, some parents don't know shit either. And that's where YouTube comes in. A lot of people are self-taught through YouTube, through listening to people explain how things work. So if you all of a sudden pull that resource from children's minds, from teenagers' minds, we're talking about teenagers here, a lot of kids are going to suffer. And a lot of kids will never turn their lives around. This is just another example of giants trying to control the little guy, in this case, kids. Why? For fucking knows. Why? I understand the idea. They're thinking that, no, this is going to promote eating disorders and this is going to promote sickness and mental health issues and kids are never going to be happy with their body. Well, sorry, 15 million kids are obese and they shouldn't be happy with their body. Something needs to be done. On the topic of controlling the little guy, In my home country of Australia right now, we are witnessing some horrific attacks on free speech. And I'll get back to the YouTube fitness conversation in just a moment, but you need to know about this. Australia threatens to fine for social media giants enabling misinformation. Now, to see that headline right there, to your average Joe, think your aunt. She probably thinks that's an amazing headline. Like, yes, they should absolutely go after misinformation and disinformation, those naughty people out there putting out misinformation. But listen up, auntie, you fucking idiot. Who controls what the narrative is? Who tells you what is and what isn't misinformation? If you look into it for more than 3 seconds, you realise this is a very bad thing. Think back 4 long years ago to things that were once misinformation and are now solid scientific fact. Australia said it will fine internet platforms up to 5% of their global revenue. Good luck doing that, dickheads, for failing to prevent the spread of misinformation online, joining a worldwide push, so many conspiratorial thoughts, to rein in borderless tech giants but angering free speech advocates. Our government here, my government, is losing their fucking minds. Anthony Albanese, the Prime Minister here, he's the guy who went out and said, no, stop making memes about me. He was talking about this. When people are not able to afford their home loan payments, when they can't afford groceries, they can't afford fuel for their car, he was on TV for a solid week complaining about people making memes about him. Like, this bloke has just lost his fucking mind. There's so many more important things going in the world than people making memes about you, Anthony, you fucking twat.
Here's the thing. If you are in any sort of higher position and you are on like the news or on any sort of social network for people to see, they're going to make memes and they're going to do shit about you on the internet. You cannot stop the internet. You can't stop anybody. That's just how this shit works. You're gonna have to get fucking used to it. And you're an adult. Quit acting like a child and whining about it.
Even me saying that, who knows if this video will be able to be seen by Australians? And who the fuck does he think he is, fining the world? You can't control what other companies do all around the world, Albo, you goose. The government said it would make tech platforms set codes of conduct governing how they stop dangerous falsehoods spreading, to be approved by a regulator. Well, who chooses this all-powerful regulator? In what world does that not scream alarm bells to you? Anyway, fuck, that's madness. But back to the hungry fat kids. YouTube is to stop recommending videos to teenagers that idealize specific fitness levels. Yeah, that's terrible. Body weights or physical features. After experts warned such content could be harmful if viewed repeatedly, or it could change your life. And
I know I said that in the beginning of the video. There are some that are bad, which is true. There are some content creators who aren't really doing a good job and just spreading lies about fitness stuff, but the good majority of them are actually making these videos to show the kind of workouts that they do and hope that they can inspire others to become physically active and more fit. Now you gotta really watch who you're watching, because there are some people who are just very unnatural in the way they go about all this stuff. But there are some genuine people who are doing this because they want to help people become healthier. So I'd say, you know, be careful who you idolize when it comes to this fitness stuff.
Sort your shit out. But yeah, you're still recommending fucking Nikocado avocado videos of him gorging himself almost to death and then pumping himself possibly full of Ozempic for a year, and then it's all cool. Fuck off. That's ridiculous. If kids are watching...
The way he was going about... I didn't watch the video because the way he was acting there was so fucking cringe and embarrassing. I was just like, if you want to act like some super villain, megalomaniac or whatever, go right ahead. But the way he was doing is so fucking cringy as all hell.
Watching YouTube videos about how to go to the gym, how to train chest, how to do a push, pull, leg split. Like, if that's what they're trying to learn, then that is good. If they're learning how to bring up your dinner last night because you ate too many calories and vomited out, like, that's obviously not good. How to have an eating disorder, that's not good. But that's not what we're talking about here. We are in a world right now where body positivity and fat positivity is recommended. but fitness isn't. That's fucking... We aren't taught shit about nutrition in schools. Our doctors don't know what they're talking about when we go in for a checkup and they talk about our nutrition. I didn't hear about calories in or calories out until I saw it on YouTube when I was probably in my 20s. We didn't learn about this shit at school, when we definitely should have. Importantly, the platform will still allow...
I think a good class to add into middle school and high school, possibly, well, maybe elementary school, I'm not really sure, because I'm not sure if those kids will really understand it, but is, you know, a health and fitness class that teaches you this nutrition stuff. Because me growing up, I didn't really learn about that stuff either. That sort of stuff should be mandatory so kids know how they can stay healthy, what kind of foods are healthy, and what they can do to, you know, stay physically active and fit. That sort of stuff they need to teach. Because having these body positivity people come on here and say that being fat is healthy, being fat is good, being fat is powerful, it's brave, it's encouraging, and it's just, shut the fuck up. No, it's not.
13 to 17-year-olds to view the videos. Well, I'm glad you didn't ban them, but its algorithms will not push young users down related content rabbit holes afterwards. Yes, we would hate to learn more. And I guess that brings up a question. Is a rabbit hole necessarily a bad thing? Like if you're very interested in ancient Egypt and you get sent down a YouTube rabbit hole, like is that a bad thing? And at what point do you discover that they were built by aliens? I guess that's an important question. But what about other people, successful people? Look at the fitness industry, Chris Bumstead, okay, Larry Wheels. Would they have ever been or gotten to the position that they're in now with these amazing physiques without steroids? And when you compare that to people of yesteryear, like I think Arnold Schwarzenegger, he denied it for years, and WWF superstars from back in the 90s, they denied it. Is that not more harmful? Teaching kids that, yes, you can get to this level. You can, if you just eat your veggies every night, you can look like me, you can look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Bullshit. All right? That's bullshit. But there's nothing stopping you from being a healthy person, a fit person, a strong person, and perhaps a YouTube rabbit hole on how to train is a fucking good thing. YouTube's global head of health, Dr. Garth Graham, 2 first names, you can't trust him, said as a team is developing thoughts about who they are and their own standards for themselves. Repeated consumption of content featuring idealized standards. Interesting. So who sets the standards? Is it, you know, society, or is it just fucking humankind that, you know, finds fit people attractive? Or is it society being fat phobic? That starts to shape an unrealistic internal standard to lead to some form of negative beliefs about themselves. Yeah, well, maybe some people need that. Don't get me wrong, I understand where you're coming from. You don't want people hating their bodies. But when they're trying to... Look at Jeff Nippard, right? If a 14-year-old stumbles across Jeff Nippard when he's 14 years old, by the time he's 18, he's learnt more about bodybuilding and more about the body than any other kid his age if they don't stumble across Jeff Nippard. So would you not feed them that content? That's fucking just ridiculous. I see what they're trying to do, but their focus is in the wrong place. We should be pushing this content up, not holding it down. We should be trying to get kids out there, healthy, in the gym, training.
I'd say for the type of fit bodies that are really unrealistic, that are near impossible to maintain, are the ones like the Hollywood fit bodies. For let's take the Marvel movies. The most recent one, Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, if you listen to what Hugh Jackman said about that type of body that he had, that he said, basically he said it was hell to do that. And it is very unrealistic to keep that. And he only got like that for the role. And it's just, those type of bodies, they are attainable, but they are very unrealistic to maintain throughout very long periods of life. Like I said, they're attainable. Just don't think you can maintain it for years on end, because you're going to destroy yourself doing so. I'd say try to achieve something close to that, not exactly that, because that way your sanity will be kept intact and you will maintain a healthy way of life.
eating well. The new guidelines now introduced in the UK and around the world apply to content that idealises some physical features over others. Such as beauty routines to make your nose look slimmer. Well, if you've got a big fuck off nose, maybe you need to figure out how to hide that big honker. Idealises fitness or body weights, such as exercise routines that encourage pursuing a certain look. Yeah, this is all fucking stupid. Or encourages social aggression, such as physical intimidation. I don't know why that bit's in there. What social aggression and physical intimidation have to do with any of this? I have no idea. Here's a question. What's more harmful? 100 hours of video content on how to set up the perfect gym split or eat a certain amount of calories a day, in comparison to 100 hours of video game videos or commentary? Or 100 hours of my videos. That's pretty harmful, actually. That's a bad example. Or 100 hours of mukbangs. What's more harmful to young people?
I think this kind of content they should really not be trying to push, because this is one of the most harmful type of videos that YouTube can push. This is horrible. It's just not right. It's not right.
I'd say the overeating, by far. I'd probably say even the video games. That's not getting people out there and running around and enjoying themselves and developing a cardiovascular system that will rival generations past. That's not happening at all. A survey in the Good Child Report showed that nearly 1 in 4 girls in the UK were dissatisfied with their appearance. Yeah, it should be more. Most people are fuck ugly. Jesus Christ, I caught a glimpse of myself the other day. It had been a big day. We're moving. If you haven't noticed, the studio's looking a bit bare. We're moving. I look so atrocious. I was like, it is a miracle that I am married. Absolute fucking miracle, all right? Maybe I need a beauty tutorial on how to hide fucking these wrinkles and this fucking massive fucking receding hairline I allegedly have. But ladies and gentlemen, this is real life. Some people are born more attractive than others, and some of us want to just figure out a way to be not fuck ugly. So maybe we should go down those rabbit holes. Go down those rabbit holes and live there for a while, because we're too fucking ugly for sunlight. We should all, as a society, as the world's society, be encouraging young people to get out, be fit, have fun, enjoy themselves, and enjoy their young, fucking, not in pain bodies. I'm 31 now. My knees feel like shit, all right? At 40, I'm going to be the most crippled of all time. So if you're out there and you are 15 years old and you want to go down a YouTube rabbit hole on how to fucking squat, go and do it. Go and enjoy yourself. Or how to run a marathon, go and do it. But just know, when you're 31, it's going to fucking hurt. But it's worth it in the long run, isn't it? It's good to get out there and do those things rather than sitting at home being a big whinging fuck, which I think this is what all these people want you to do. All I'm saying, YouTube, is have a bit of nuance in these decisions that you make, because not all fitness content is trying to harm people. In fact, most of it's trying to make them better. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Head to isaacbutterfield.com right now to grab my book or grab tickets to my show. I'll see you next time. Tout le revoir. Bye-bye.
Well, that was Isaac Butterfield's YouTube bans fitness content. Now, yes, like you said, most of the fitness content out there is genuinely trying to help people become a better version of themselves, live a healthier lifestyle, and just be better overall. But there are some out there that are harmful. So be careful which you choose to watch. But yeah, try and live a healthier lifestyle, people. We have too many people who think being fat is good for you. We need to correct that. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. I post 3 days a week. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.